We have done somewhere between 40 and $50 million to date with Pine and managed to increase our net worth from nothing to well into 8 figures.
Hello, welcome. My name is Kevin Amolsch with Pine Financial Group, where we work together so you succeed. Hey, you found us here on Facebook, you found us here on YouTube. Please hit like, hit subscribe. We're trying to build a channel to help more real estate investors just like you. Today, we're going to go through a deal case study. Good friend of mine, Jeff Carter, and his wife, Carolyn. How you guys doing?
Doing great.
I'm so excited to hear about the deal you want to share with us today. Before we get into that, though, can you guys share a little bit about you, who you are, so our viewers know exactly what we're up against or what we're dealing with here today?
Go for it.
Well, I would say about 17 years ago, we decided that we were going to make the switch from the regular W-2 jobs, at least for me, into something that would be more entrepreneurial, where we could create our own destiny. And along that way, we have found real estate. And like many real estate investors out there, we started with the traditional fix and flips. And from there, it grew and it has grown into land development, commercial real estate, mostly retail, and home constructions. So we're actually home builders now, and amongst all the other things that we do. And over the course of the last 2 decades, we really have transformed our life with the help of Pine Financial, helping us to grow our business when traditional lenders didn't feel that their investments were secure enough. So thank you to Pine.
Yeah, thank you guys.
The one thing that I will add is people always told me that points plus 12% interest was too much money to pay. And I can tell you that it wasn't, because we have done somewhere between 40 and $50 million to date with Pine and managed to increase our net worth from nothing to well into 8 figures.
Yeah, you guys are fantastic. And I was joking when you first jumped on about being the legend, but I got to tell you guys, people look up to you and you help a lot of people with what you do. So I appreciate you. Let's get into the deal. You said you have a couple. We're going to do a couple different videos. So we're going to focus on one here first. So what's the deal? Give us a quick overview of what you got.
So the first deal that was really a commercial type deal was a 43 lot condo development in Westminster, Colorado. And in the 2008 crash, it got busted up into 3 different filings, 3 different banks. Anyway, it turned out to be a lot of work, but we also made a lot of money on it. So make a long story short, we paid $160,000 for 43 condo lots, which over the course of 3 years was replatted to 43 townhome lots. And that was sold for $1.3 million with a net check of $1,069,000 or $1,039,000. And that was the first really commercial / land deal that I believe Pine Financial was involved in.
Yeah, it was. And gosh, Jeff, I'm just getting chills hearing about this. I remember when you did this deal and you called, there was Travis in the office, and you called him and told him that the check that you got. It just made me so happy how successful this deal turned out for you. So how'd you find it?
Over the course of time, I've built a really good network of real estate agents. And one of my success strategies is if you get through due diligence and you let your money go hard, you never not close. You always find some way to do that. And so this particular agent had done deals with me in the past, and he knew that if we got through due diligence, the deal was going to close. Probably more important to this agent, he was going to get a payday.
Yeah. So an agent brought it to you, and so it was there for, was it on the MLS? Can anybody?
It was on the MLS for years at a much, much higher price, probably in the $700,000 or $800,000 range.
Okay. So he called you and said, "Hey, I got this deal. Do you want to look at it?" And
I said, sure. And I took it to my commercial mentorship group that I've been involved in forever, and they blessed it. And so away we went. And since then, we've done a half dozen of those kind of transactions in the Metro Denver area.
So that's such a great win, such a great story. So you made about a little over $1 million on it. You kind of went through the numbers already, so we don't need to go through that again. Is there anything else you want to share on this specific deal?
No, I mean, it was a lot of work. There was a lot of unknowns, but we just kept pushing forward, and we knew that we could go to Pine Financial for advice. We know we could go to our other commercial real estate friends for advice, and Carolyn and I just pushed it to the finish line.
Okay, I'm gonna close with just a couple of quick questions for you. How long have you known about Pine or started working with Pine?
2010.
2010.
My first loan was $58,000.
I love when you tell that story too.
And I made $6,000 profit on my first fix and flip and thought I was rich.
Gosh, the good old days back in 2010 when you could buy houses for that cheap, right?
Right now they're 400,000, right?
Yeah, in Denver. So these guys are in the Denver area, Colorado Springs, Denver. So up and down the Front Range in Colorado. So we have a national audience, so people get an idea where you guys are investing in. Okay, is there anything that our viewers can do to help you, or is there anything exciting you're working on that you wanted to share?
Yeah. To all the people out there, if you find a deal that looks interesting and you're not sure how to proceed with it, reach out to Pine and give us a call. We'll take a hard look at it with you.
Yeah, so you guys would help someone through a deal and for a piece of the profit or something?
The deal, we've invested in pretty much every corner of the United States, so something out of state doesn't bother us.
Yeah, so if you guys are looking at land deals or new construction, anything like that, you need a little hand holding, these guys absolutely help you. Just share a little bit of the deal and you have a mentor, right?
There you go.
All right. What's your contact info that you want to share?
Jeff.carter@mountainpropertybuilders.com or Carolyn.carter@mountainpropertybuilders.com. My cell is 719-237-5914.
Whenever someone gives a cell phone, it makes me a little nervous. I'll just share this with the viewers. Please don't just call for free advice and bug Jeff and Carolyn. They will help you, but it's got to be a win-win, right? Two-way.
Exactly.
I'll just say that. But yeah, feel free to call them if you got a deal, something you're looking at. Any closing thoughts, words of wisdom?
Just don't take no for an answer. Keep pushing through until you make a win out of your deal. There will be lots of twists and turns in every commercial deal, lots of unknowns. The old saying is get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yep, love it. Great advice. Carolyn?
Yeah, well, just want to say a big thank you to Pine Financial, because we recognize that $58,000 first loan that we had almost 12 years ago really did change our life. And so Pine can change your life. They may believe in you when traditional financing doesn't, and they'll vet your deal too. If it's a win, they know it and they'll help you out. And a $58,000 loan could turn into $1 million+ loan. And if the better the deal, the better the rewards. And like Kevin said a little earlier, we all win. And that's the great thing about being in America. We have the freedom to do what we want, and Pine is there to help.
Love it.
Thanks.
Pine Financial Group, or hard money lenders. We want to help you finance your real estate investments. Check us out, pinefinancialgroup.com.